Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. We are kicking off this year 2025 with our ARIVE Partner Spotlight happening first time this year. So I want to thank everyone who's joining us from ARIVE community for taking the time from their busy schedule. This year has been off to a fantastic start. We have an absolutely awesome panel from Orion Lending joining us today. So I want to thank Curtis and rest of the Orion team for taking time from their schedules to join us. We have a pretty packed agenda where we will talk about all the different wonderful programs Orion offers. I'll have Curtis introduce himself and let the team do their introduction. As you guys know, this is a monthly webinar series where we kind of invite experts in mortgage lending to talk about topics which are relevant to markets today. And hopefully some of these topics can help your business grow and scale. So we'll look at different products Orion offer. Orion also has a wealth of tools they make available to the broker community at no charge, which like their marketing tools, their technology, which can again help you scale your business. So without further ado, I want to introduce Curtis and Orion. So Curtis, do you want to take it away?
Absolutely. And before I get started, just a quick survey, if you could chat it in. How many brokers, LOs on this call are currently approved with Orion?
Yeah, good question, Curtis. So I actually have a poll running. I'm not sure if it is popular.
Oh, do you? Okay. I didn't see anything, but good to hear. So let us know once those results are in. So as Harish mentioned, my name is Curtis Edwards. I am the co-founder and chief lending officer of Orion Lending. For those that are unfamiliar with Orion Lending, we just celebrated our 10-year anniversary. We are a Fannie Mae, Ginnie Mae, and Freddie Mac seller servicer. We offer a wide variety of products from standard agency, FHA, VA, conventional to DPA grants and non-QM and some jumbo. So today I'm going to cover some of our DPA and grant programs and some of our non-QM programs. But before I get started, I'll introduce the rest of the folks on the call. So with us is Tracy Corbett. She is our EVP of Strategy. Tracy handles a lot of our tech and process and basically what you'll see here in our portal. She takes care of that. We also have Lenny Spatola. Lenny is our Vice President National Sales Manager. He manages all of the account executives. And Kelsey Sauer, who is our Vice President of Marketing Design, who put together this amazing presentation and some of the marketing things that you will see that are very impressive. So that is the Orion group that's going to be presenting to you today. So I mentioned a little earlier some of the product suites that we have. So first up, we have our Boost DPA. Boost is a proprietary product, which basically means any other lender that has a DPA, they will not have one exactly like ours. We wrote our own guidelines on it, and we securitize ourselves. We service it ourselves. Boost has a minimum 580 FICO. There's no income limits on FHA. This program is also available on USDA. We offer a 30 and a 25-year fixed rate, DTI per AUS down to 600. We do buy downs on the first and second. The second buy down is interesting. You can basically buy down the second to match the rate of the first, which will help with payment. In addition to that, one thing that differs from our DPA and others is we have a 15-year fixed on the repayable. Most competitors have a 10-year. Again, that 15-year helps borrower with payment. It's available in all 49 states, which is rare. Most companies, I don't know if anybody out there is licensed in New York, but we offer DPA in New York, which is very uncommon. We offer it for conforming and high balance. We offer lender paid and borrower paid compensation. We've got some special stuff on lender paid that we'll go over a little bit later. We do manual lender rates on it down to a 640, and the seconds are both repayable and forgivable. Boost is a huge product for us. Since we rolled the product a couple of years ago, we've funded nearly $1 billion and have helped more than 3,000 borrowers fulfill their dream of home ownership. So it's a great product. And it's all underwritten in-house, and it's not uncommon to close these pretty quick. A lot of people are scared of DPAs, thinking it's going to take a while to close. We see these close in a couple weeks or less regularly because everything's decisioned in-house. Next up, we have our Elevate product. The Elevate is a grant product. It's our newest product that we've rolled out. And this particular product is available on FHA and conventional. We're one of the few wholesale lenders that offers a conventional grant. So on the FHA, you can go up to 3.5%. You have a 2.5, or excuse me, a 2 or a 3.5 option for the grant. On conventional, you've got a 1, 2, or 3% grant available. Minimum FICO is 620. We will do the average credit score. FHA is also 620. First-time homebuyers are allowed, but not required. This product offers a 30-year fix. You can do up to 4 units on conventional, 1 to 2 units on FHA. It is conforming balance only, and this product is also available in 49 states. And I will note on the grant, if that loan is paid off before 180 days, that grant amount is added to the payoff. Next up, we have our Titan Flex product. So this starts our non-QM. I'm going to showcase 2 products here on non-QM today. We also offer foreign national DSCR and some other products as well. This particular product, if you're a new broker to us, you get 30 bips price special. So you get a price incentive of 30 bips for the first 30 days that you're approved on locks. The program offers bank statements, express stock, which is 1-year tax returns, 1-year W-2 or 1099, P&L program, which is very competitive. Of course, the full doc and asset utilization. On the bank statements, we use automated calculation services for that you can also send to scenarios, and the team will help you out with that. More to come on that in future slides. We'll allow up to 90% LTV on a purchase, 85% on a rate term, and 80% on a cash out. Recent guideline update on the rate term. You can use current value 1 day with title season. So 1 day on title, you can use your new value to do a rate term refi. Minimum FICO 660. Slew of different options on product. We 30-year, 40-year, ARMs. All of those are available in interest only as well. Loan amounts up to $3.5 million. Titan Flex is very aggressively priced. Typically, we are amongst the top priced lenders on Loan Sifter. Next up, we have Coin, which is our DSCR product, one of our DSCR products, I should say. Again, on this product, 30 bips for all new brokers. We're also doing a special right now that gives 87.5 basis point price incentive for 700 plus FICO borrowers, DSCR greater than or equal to 1. We treat our coin loans or DSCRs as true business purpose. There are no disclosures. There are no LEs. There are no CDs. We use the old school HUD one, and which there's no waiting periods. You can close these very fast. Minimum 620 FICO. 80% max LTV, gift funds, and gift of equity is allowed. The gift of equity is a new update that's not common in the market. In addition, cash out available after 6 months. Loan amounts up to 2.5 million. First-time investors and first-time homebuyers. So your borrower can be a first-time homebuyer and do a DSCR to purchase an investment property. State licensing is not required in 33 states. So if you're in California, for example, and you want to originate outside of California and you're not licensed, we have a list of 33 states on our matrix that you can originate without being licensed. For those of you in New York, again, we do allow CMAs on this product, and it is also very aggressively priced. In addition, some products that I will not review today, but worth mentioning, our jumbo product. Our jumbo product, Titan Prime Jumbo and Titan AUS. Typically, those are top 3 in Loan Sifter for jumbo. So it's a very easy product to underwrite. The AUS, we use the DU to underwrite and follow DU, and it's priced very, very aggressively. So take a moment, check those out when you get some time. If you guys have any questions, chat them in. Otherwise, we'll leave some time at the end to take any questions. But that's kind of a nutshell of some of the products we have to offer. There's so much more. We would be here all day. Next.
I want to just chime in, Curtis, and talk about the survey results. So there was a poll running, and thank you everyone for answering the poll. So we have a half and half split. So half of the brokers on the line are actually approved with you guys, and half of them are not. And Curtis, maybe you want to talk about the specials you guys give to new brokers, which is also available in ARIVE. So if you have a new client sign up, there is a pricing break available, which shows up in ARIVE pricing engine. So if you want to talk about that, at least half of those who are on this call would benefit from that.
That's true. Yeah. So on normal agency and even the jumbo, we offer 15 basis points. Loan has to be locked within 30 days of your approval, whether express or full approval. And then, as I mentioned on the non-QM, Titan Flex and the coin DSCR is 30 bips price incentive.
And we have some good questions that came in, and since they're tied to guidelines, maybe Curtis, you can help with that. So if somebody is a first-time investor doing first-time DSCR versus a recurring investor, how are guidelines different?
First-time investor, I believe it's 700 minimum FICO score. And then there's an LTV max. I want to say it's 70, but I'm just going from memory now. But it is a 700 min FICO, and I believe DSCR has to be greater than or equal to 1. We do go down to 0.75 on our DSCR for experienced investors, but minimum DSCR is going to be 1.
Are there any differences in down payments if you are first time or an experienced, or no change in down payment? If you know that on the top of the head, otherwise.
Well, there is, I believe the first time investors capped at 70, and for experience we'll go up to 80.
I see. Well, great questions, Katie. Thank you for asking them. And again, our Q&A tab is open. We have a lot of good questions coming in. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to put them in.
And then before I turn it over to the next presenter, I will say at the end of the presentation, the last slide, there's a QR code that you can scan with your phone to get signed up. It'll take you to a co-branded page with ARIVE, and you can get signed up there. All of our broker packs are done online. It's all digital. We don't use Convergence for those that are worrying about that. And you can do an express approve broker pack where you can get logins within a couple of hours and start submitting loans, and then finish the pack up later. It's all digital. It's all online. So check it out when you get a minute.
Well, awesome. So hi, everyone. Tracy Corbett here. Great to be here with everyone. I'd like to take a few minutes out of today's presentation and talk about our STAR portal. So STAR is our proprietary tech. It's our proprietary portal. We build it, we add to it. It's all ours, so we can pivot as the market changes or as business needs arise. It is very, very easy to use, and it really is everything at your fingertips. So I am going to request control and going to go ahead and share my screen.
It's a beautiful island there.
Isn't that a lovely island? Okay, now can we see the STAR portal? That's the beauty of live. But hey, everyone, so this is the landing page in STAR. So just a wealth of information here. So we have all kinds of things like uploading a loan, going to your pipeline, rates and products. Obviously, Curtis spoke about rates and products and guidelines. You can get all the details there. Resources, all kinds of things that we're going to talk about in a little bit more detail. My account, and then marketing, which we're going to go through in detail. So the first thing that I want to show is we give you information at your fingertips. Current turn times, you need to know what we're running. And at any point in time, you can come into the portal and know exactly what time we're at for setup, for underwriting, for conditions management, etc. I'm going to hop right into our quick pricer and show you just how dynamic a tool this is. So Curtis talked about our coin series of products, right? We have coin fuel, we have coin X. So because it's such a different workflow, and Curtis talked about that, there's no wait periods. It's a non-trade transaction. So we kind of treat it differently in the portal. So it's very much expedited. So we have our own quick pricer for this. So I'm going to just go ahead, pop in some information here. And we're going to run the scenario and look at all the different features that we have with regards to all the different components that make up a potential transaction. Here you can select your prepayment penalty, the different types, and I'm going to go ahead and run the scenario now. So the system's loading, takes a couple of seconds. So what I'd like to share with you is this button down here. This is Galexa. This is our chatbot. Very, very comprehensive. It's a massive, massive library of amazing information for you to continue to self-serve. Obviously, the chatbot is available 24/7. Now, in addition, if the chatbot is unable to answer your question, we have a full team of support that is available during long business hours called our STAR Help Team, and they are available to answer your questions at any time. So here we have our results. So as you can see here, it's brought back several products that's available. And you'll notice it's just kind of showing 3 rates. What it shows is the highest rate that we offer with the most amount of yield, the closest to par, and then the lowest rate that we offer. But if you want to see the entire rate stack, just click in here. Maybe you want to take a look and you talked about 7% with the borrower. If you want to come in here and compare, you can go ahead and do that. So you can see very easily the product, and you can compare the products against each other. Here we come down here to the products that were nearly close. We didn't indicate that we wanted IO up here or an ARM, but down here in this potential program section, you can see all the products that are available. And if you decide you want to update the parameters and get the full pricing stack on these other products, you can do it very, very easily with the click of a button. So now I'm going to click over and I'm going to say, hey, you know what? Actually, my next loan is an FHA, whatever it may be. I'm going to come in here. Now I'm in the quick pricer for the traditional loans, if you will. So I'm going to go ahead. You can see that Star automatically puts in the upfront MIP amount. It's going to auto-fill a lot of information. I don't want to type in my loan amount. I'm just going to put in my LTV. So much easier. Going to go ahead and put in my info here. FICO, just a couple of fields. Comp type, I'm going to go borrow paid. Here's my limits. So again, it's running the scenario. So there's a couple of things that we're going to talk about when we look at the traditional product. So it's all the agency product, the non-QM. All these are the products that are kind of fill in this bucket because it's only the coin and the DSCR that are kind of filtered through that other lens. So as we run through the scenario, this will pick up in that near miss section all our DPA products. So even though I'm asking Star, hey, I'm just looking for an FHA, it's going to return results with all our DPAs and our other products as well. So here, as you can see, exactly what I'm talking about. So again, I've got my eligible FHA product. I can click in, see all my rates. And then down here, you can see our boost product that Curtis was talking about, right? Our proprietary down payment assistance program, Boost DPA. And here's other scenarios down here, other eligible product. And then down here are the programs that it's just a complete no-no for, okay? So there's a couple of things that I wanted to point out that are really helpful here. So here, if we click on the points, you can see all the pricing breakdown. But see here, if you don't want to charge the Orion underwriting fee on the fee table, you want to convert it to a loan level pricing adjustment, you can go ahead and do that, and instantly Star will just calculate that into the price there. So let's say this is a really important scenario for a particular borrower. You want to save that scenario so that you can come back and look at it another day. So let's go here, right here, Smith scenario. You can come back in and rerun it. You could upload the loan from here. But let's talk a minute about underwriting scenario request. This is a tool. The scenario desk is a tool that we have that allows you to send information in this scenario to our scenario desk for our underwriting team to take a look at. You may need help calculating income. You may have a guideline question. Now, this is not to underwrite the loan, but this is a great tool to be able to kind of get ahead of it if you've got a particular question on a scenario. So then we are going to move on and we're going to hop into locking. So here we have the lock button. So we allow full quick locks. So we would just type in the property address, the borrower name, indicate if there's a co-borrower. Say you acknowledge the information here may change as the loan is submitted, and then you can request the lock. So it's super easy. So when that market's moving and you need to hop on a price, lock it in for your borrower, you have that tool right here in the portal in the quick pricer. So now I'm going to hop into our pipeline. And so the pipeline is really just kind of the hub of the whole portal. We have tons of amazing information here at your fingertips. So again, you've got your AE contact info, your account manager. I talked about that Star Help team right here. They are available via phone, via live chat, or via email. So there's every opportunity to get the support that you need if you have any questions. And of course, your Orion account executive is going to be that point person for structuring loans, product questions, those kinds of things. So here, as your pipeline grows with Orion, you will see loans submitted and all your stats here, right, quick and easy at the top of the page. You can filter, you have all kinds of tools available to you. So what I'd like to show you, I'm going to hop into a loan, and we are going to, when we click on a loan number, it kind of brings up a the actual loan itself, quick jump buttons. There's tools on the pipeline, loan actions where you can hop around or from outside the loan or inside the loan. But what I want to do is go into a loan, and we're going to talk about fees and just how easy it is to send disclosures from Star. So Star has an integration with Closing Corp for fees. And so Closing Corp brings back the fees, and we have a selection, and we don't restrict. So the beauty is when you're doing a purchase transaction, you can search for a particular provider even if it's not the one that the system has kind of selected for you. So here we have it right here. So let's say I was looking for First American, for example. So I just type in a couple of letters of the name. I would scroll through, I could make a selection. But let's say I'm happy with the provider that I need to. So I'm doing a borrow pay transaction here. I'd go ahead and put my fee in. If I wanted to make the selection, just like you saw on the quick pricer of the underwriting fee, I didn't want to charge it on the fee screen, I could go ahead and select it here. Go ahead and do that. So now I'd select my appraisal provider, whoever that may be. It's going to bring in that fee. You can see that there are lots of fees auto-populated, and that, of course, is from the integration with Closing Corp. Now we have a field third-party processor. Now you may not be charging a third-party processing fee on your transaction. That's fine. Just put in a 0. We want to make sure everybody gets paid. So again, just lots of ways to be able to ensure that everything is as it needs to be on the transaction. I'm just going to, obviously this is a test loan, that's not what the provider would be, but you can see just how easy it is. Now, the other thing I want to point out, if you don't see the fee that you need on the screen, we've got them all in the add a fee section. So it's super, super easy to do. We try and keep it so that you can indicate all the information that you need to generate a very successful set of disclosures. So I'm just putting information in here. And then I'm going to save and continue. So now this is saving all the fee information. If you want to see the raw detail that came back from the Closing Core integration, you can do that. Everything is transparent. So you can see the raw data that comes back. You have the ability to print this screen as well, so that you have it for your records, and it's especially helpful for processors to have that at their fingertips as they're moving through the transaction. So the next screen we're going to hit is the actual full price and lock screen. So there's a couple of things that are really important on that screen. So the other thing that I want to point out on the fee screen is if you forget to enter a fee that's really important, we have validations on that page. So we kind of protect you. So if you forget to put your credit report fee in or something like that, we've got you. The page will show you that so that you can just pop in and make sure that you enter that fee. Okay, so here we are on the full screen for price and lock. So here you could modify your lock period. I indicated on the fee screen that I wanted to include the fee buyout, but I want to talk about a couple of things. So again, here's my eligible product. I'm in the full system. Let's look at my price breakdown. Now, I don't have any discount points on that fee, but let's come down to this. So let's just say this is discount points of 3.5, right, at this particular interest rate. But let's say, oops, on my URLA, on my 1003, I forgot to put that the seller is actually giving a credit, okay? You can add it here for ease of use. So had that rate been failing QM, you could see that the points will flip over to seller paid. Now this one, it wasn't failing QM, so that wasn't a problem. But had it been failing QM, you would have seen it right there. The lock button would have been disabled. Those points would have moved over to that seller paid column so that you have it right there and you can move through and request the lock at that interest rate. So I'm going to show you sort of floating a loan. Strike price. Hey, what's strike price? This is something very cool that was created pretty much at the dawn of Orion Lending. It was really, really a great idea to really empower you guys as the loan officers to really understand what's happening in the market and to give you that heads up when the interest rate on the transaction is getting into the area where the borrower said they're interested in locking. Okay, so let's say that they were looking for a 6.5, but they were really looking, you knew that the deal would work at this price. You're going to put that in there. And what Star's going to do is it's going to notify you by either text or email when you're in the zone. So when I say text or email, here's our notification center. So this tells you, right, do you want to get lock alerts by text or do you just want everything by email? Either way is fine. And you indicate who that primary contact is on the screen there. So there's lots of tools at your fingertips to really ensure that you don't miss out on the market. You can set it and forget it because Star's going to do the work and email and notify you when it's in the zone of the price and lock. So the next thing I want to show you is something pretty cool that Star does as far as the down payment assistance loans. As Curtis mentioned, there's a first and a second, right? And so one of the things that we do that is super easy, well, this is the disclosure screen. I'm not going to take you through every single screen because there's so much to see. But it's all really cool and very, very easy to use, as you can tell from kind of navigating through. But one of the things that Star does is that it automatically creates that second loan. So you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, I've got to do a first lien, I've got to do a second lien, I've got to keep them in sync, yada, yada, yada. Star does all of that for you. So when you upload a loan, and I'm just going to show you that upload a loan, you'll be on register a standard mortgage application because this is for DSCR. We have 2 different landing pages for that. You would be, sorry, one second. You would be able to just upload the 3.4 file that you've exported from the ARIVE platform, and you would put it directly into Star, and it will automatically create the first and the second for you. So here's an example of a DPA loan, and this is what it will look like on the pipeline. So we have our loan number for our first, but the second lien info, here's the information. That's all you really need. You don't need to go into that second loan to do anything, disclosures, all that's handled by Orion, but this is just all at your fingertips. Here in the loan actions, these are all quick tools. You can navigate inside the loan like that or outside of the loan. And then also our doc download, just easy to find, AUS, approvals, just you name it, it's right there. So now I'm going to hop in and show you a loan with conditions. So let me just go into this loan for the condition, which is this one. No, sorry, one second. Loan for conditions, I apologize. Okay, let me just do this. Okay. All right, so let's talk about conditions. The conditions tools. The conditions tools inside the portal. Okay, live demo people. Okay, we all get a chuckle about this.
No pressure, Tracy.
No
You're doing
pressure,
great.
no pressure. You know what? It was going swimmingly, and there it is. You know, life happens. Life happens. Okay, so so let's talk about this. So this is an approved loan, and so again, the jump buttons are going to look a little different. The loan actions are going to look a little bit different. But what I'd like to do is just kind of hop into the approved loan and show you what that approval screen looks like, because it's just a wealth of information again. Full transparency to details on the loan, who your contact will be on the loan, your account manager, of course, sort of that quarterback throughout the entire transaction. Once that loan is submitted to underwriting, they are advocating for you and working with the team. So our loan approval screen is, like I say, it's got a lot of fantastic information. Lots of details about your loan. We've got closing made simple, really important dates that you guys are going to need to know to be successful, to keep hitting. And then obviously these are our conditions. But I want to just take a moment and talk about this readiness alert. So what we did was when a document is uploaded, so I'm going to go in because we've uploaded one document. You can see that we have our counter here. Hey, can you submit to underwriting yet? So this green, it's not quite ready. Keep going. You need to submit a few more conditions to get to the submit to underwrite button to be able to be pressed, right? But what we've built is something super cool. We've kind of built a golden ticket, right? It's called Star Passes. So on every single loan that you do with Orion, you get 2 Star Passes. Well, what that means is you can say, hey, I've got a condition. I don't want to wait to meet my threshold. Maybe I don't have all 8 conditions that I need to do that first submit to underwriting. Maybe I've got something that I really need to get in line to that underwriter right now because it's kind of make or break on the transaction. Well, we empower you to do that. And we do that by using your Star Pass. And basically this allows you to bypass the threshold, get that condition in line for underwriting so that the underwriting team can take a look at it. Now, it's not a rush, right? It doesn't say, hey, they'll look at it in 5 minutes. But what it does is it bypasses those thresholds so you don't have to submit the required amount of conditions, and you can go ahead and submit that into underwrite. Also, one of the other very cool things, if we wanted to upload a document here, drag and drop, you have the ability to attach it to more than one document. And you write a little note to the underwriter. And I will tell you, our underwriting team, really phenomenal. They read every single note. They read a note when the loan is submitted to underwriting. They read the notes that come in from the conditions. They want that story because it makes their job easier. So we put it at every single condition level so that you can tell that story and get that condition signed off faster. So again, you can go ahead and assign it to multiple conditions. And down at the bottom of the screen, you can see what has been uploaded and not submitted. And if you had any already previously submitted conditions, they would be there as well. So I know I covered an awful lot. I haven't paused for any questions, but I wanted to sort of make sure that we showed some of the hits and highlights of the system. I will tell you there is so much more to Star that we could share today, but that is sort of the items that I wanted to share with you all around some of the ease of use of the platform. And, you know, one of the things that we didn't talk about a lot, but Curtis mentioned it, was the lender paid comp on down payment assistance programs. And so that is something that very few lenders offer, and it is a differentiator for us. And I think it is definitely something that is pretty impactful to loan officers and brokers. We talked about that down payment assistance, that second loan, auto created by Star. And let's talk about our underwriting team. So I talked about the scenario desk. I talked about everything. Everything is underwritten in-house. Our team of underwriters are very, very seasoned, and that makes a real difference. And the scenario and the income calculation desk are manned by seasoned underwriters. We don't put juniors on there, right? We put an experienced team behind you so that you have that power at your fingertips. Exceptions, always a bit of an interesting topic, isn't it? But we do common sense exceptions, and we do them regularly. So that is something that we manage the expectations of with our sales team, with our broker partners, but we do a lot of exceptions on certain products very, very regularly. Star Pass. We talked about Star Pass, and that is your get out of jail free card. If you need an exception submitted in, a condition submitted in to the underwriter, and you don't meet the threshold of maybe 8 conditions needed or things of that nature, you can go ahead and do that, get it in line, and it will get reviewed. I want to talk about third-party processors. So third-party processors, very important component of workflow. And so one of the things we wanted to do, we did this a couple of years ago here at Orion, is we really listened to our customers and our brokers saying, boy, our processors, you know, they have to have an individual login for every single mortgage broker that they work with. So we created a solution whereby all the approved brokers that they work with that are approved with Orion, we give them one login to Star, and then they can select which broker they are working for. Each broker has separate pipelines. There's no crossover there, but it gives them that tool so they've got one login. It's really ease of use, and we've had just fantastic feedback from the third-party processor community as a result of that. The other thing, so we talked a little bit about fees, but we didn't really talk about disclosures. The disclosure set from Star includes all the state required broker disclosures, as well as all the lender disclosures. So that's a big time savings. It's all one click and go within Star. So you don't have to select anything. It's all done for you. And it's very much seamless within the transaction. And the good news is with our packages in Star, you do get to preview them before you send them. So you can make sure everything's the way you want it before you push that button and send it to the borrower. And of course, the loan officers can e-sign as well. So it's all seamless ease of use. And then we have full tracking for every single LE and CD that is sent. We have a full-on disclosure tracking screen that shows when e-consent, who e-signed, when they e-signed, full visibility. Like I said, I could spend hours and hours and hours demoing Star for you, but we don't want to take all that time on the call today. But just lots of fantastic information at your fingertips. And then finally, when your loan closes with us, we have a complete file download. So for audit purposes, for your own records, you can download that the complete file from our platform. So you have it in your system, including all the URLA, everything that the underwriter used, the final AUS, all disclosure, CDs, etc., and the closing package at your fingertips. So lots of great things that are really, really helpful to sort of expedite and propel your business.
Well, Tracy, it's 10 years of development, right? So like been in business for 10 years, hundreds of thousands of things have come up, and systematically we've gone through and tried to make it as easy as possible for our broker partners to self-serve and just have everything at their fingertips. They don't have to call someone or get on the phone in order to make something happen. But yeah, great job on that, Tracy. Really appreciate it. Another thing that we do, team, is our broker training program. We call it HyperTrack, right? I'm gonna go through a couple things with you here. We're gonna start for any of our, the 50% on here that are already approved with us. You actually have access to our learning library. And this is a quick snippet of it. There's about 40 or 50 videos on our learning library available for you guys 24/7. And it's going to do everything. What you could see, if you could see, it's a little bit small, but right now we've brought the recertification process. We've done a small video on the recertification process. It's all self-serving, so you know it's that time of year. Everyone loves it. Time to go in and recert. So this will walk you through it, and then we have a curated list of everything. Almost everything that Tracy covered here today is in a 1 to 3 minute video where you can, if you're in the loan process, you can go through and kind of self-serve there. Like I said, it includes Star Marketing Studio. Actually, Kelsey's going to tell you a little about that. That system is awesome. Big value out there. Our Mercury appraisal ordering platform. But yeah, everything is there at your fingertips and curated micro learnings for you guys to view. We also, as part of our HyperTrack training, we have actual training, and this is available to all 100% of you, right? You can do this from our online website. This is going to be training on a lot of actually every product that Curtis talked about at the top of the meeting is going to be available in an actual training. So we do on-demand and live training webinars. And even our on-demand ones, if you ask questions, it comes to our team so that we can actually go in and answer them. On our live weekly webinars, again, we're going to cover everything, both all down payment assistance programs, our coin, our Titan Flex. We actually are doing FHA streamlines and VA IRRRLs. If you guys need a little bit of an update on those, we created new ones when we kind of thought rates were going to dip a little more than they have. Hold on tight. Not a bad time to refresh your memory. But everything is available there too on our HyperTrack training program for you guys to go on, self-serve, learn everything about Orion Lending, and kind of get to know those guidelines. Also worth mentioning, there was a lot of questions on the guidelines. On our online website, we actually have all of our guidelines published. You can always go there, look up anything you need. Aside from the actual matrices, we also have like quick reference guides and things that you can look at really quickly to make yourself familiar with the programs. And of course, talk to an account executive. They are all subject matter experts on this stuff, and we can really get you to where you need to go on anything guideline, program, or loan related.
Thank you, Lenny. So Kelsey Sauer here. Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback on that. The training team does an amazing job. There's always more being added there. So as we release new trainings, we definitely market that everywhere. But I did want to talk to you guys about our Star Marketing Studio. So for the half of you guys that are on here that are approved with Orion, I really, really hope that you guys are using this. I know I was talking to Amy. I'm like, hey, Amy, like what's important to the ARIVE team? And what they had said, they're like, hey, you guys want content. Well, we got it. Not only do we got content, there's a lot of great tools that we make available to you to help build and expand your business and make your lives easier, right? I'm not going to read through every single bullet, but I did want to touch on a few of the things that you see on your screen right here. So recently we launched our AI translator. So what that means is any single piece of content in the Star Marketing Studio can be translated to Spanish, Chinese, French, or Portuguese. Huge. The other thing is co-branding can sometimes be difficult in different marketing systems. In the Star Marketing Studio, it's super easy to do, and I'll show you how to do that. And then we do have a marketing concierge available. So if you're working in the system and you're stuck and you don't know what to do, Orion's marketing team can help you. Okay, so you're not on an island of your own. Aside from that, there is a new QR code generator, and you can add that onto any piece of content. Just gonna leave it there for you guys. And then I'm going to jump into a demo. So just give me 1 second so I can pull up my screen. Alrighty, so everyone can see this. Always gets a little bit wonky when you're sharing different screens. So just want to make sure. Okay, so for those of you that have never seen this, this is Star Marketing Studio. It is available in Star Portal. So if you go up to the top right-hand corner, there's a button that says marketing with a drop-down Star Marketing Studio for those Orion approved folks. But the system has a lot of different content in here. You know, there's business cards, buyer's guides, listing presentations, loan comparison, property flyers, the outdoor signage. I mean, there's so much, and I'm not going to click on every single one because I do want you guys to get in there yourselves. But I do want to go up to this right-hand corner and then go into my account information really quickly. So in this system, in your settings, there's actually a part that says primary and secondary brand colors. So what that means is any single piece of content that you touch after this, it's going to be auto-branded with your brand, right? Saves you time. You don't spend time editing. You don't have to worry about anything. The system's working for you. The other piece that you would want to fill out for the first time in there is your logo and headshot, because you'll see in a few minutes, it pulls all in for you, okay? The other thing that I did want to show you before we jump in is if you go to your account and you go to partners, creating a co-brand partner takes as long as you want it to take. It could take 30 seconds. It could take 5 minutes, completely up to you. You'll see I have some in here already, but to add a new partner, you click plus, add new partner. Anything with an asterisk is required. Anything that's not is not required, right? So you could see add at one time, click save, you're ready to go. Now you have your partners, okay? So this is where the magic happens. So first thing I wanted to show you was a loan comparison property flyer. I feel like there's a lot of use for that. So just imagine you're working with a referral partner, specifically like maybe a realtor, right? And they're like, hey, Joe, I have an open house coming up. I really could use some flyers, haven't had time. You could say, you know what, Joe, I got you. I'll take care of it. I know this is only going to take me a few minutes and I'll show you why. So let's click this flyer right here and let's click create design. Okay. So it's a two-step approach. Partner. So you're in a co-brand. I'm going to choose Jana. And then we have this awesome feature in the system called property search. And this is what we market as our MLS integration, if you guys have seen it online. So Star Marketing Studio is actually connected to the MLS. So if there is a property that's on like Redfin, Trulia, MLS, whatever it is, if you just copy the MLS number or that address and paste it in here, we'll give it a second to think, it's going to pull it up. And now you can see it pulled in all of the information from the MLS, like literally all of it, right? So you don't have to fill that in for the flyer. It does tell you if there's sections that are exceeded for this design. So it's saying, hey, it's a little bit long. So I'll just use the shortener. So that's the AI shortener available in the system. Again, if you need help writing, the system can help you do that as well. And then you'll see it's a little bit short still. So we'll just remove a sentence to make it work for now, okay? So let's say I'm good to go. And the last thing that I want to do is select the pictures. Again, it pulled in the pictures from the MLS. It says I can choose 3. So we'll just choose 3. And then click the box and click next. It's going to render the design. So just give it 1 second to go. Alrighty. So the beauty of the system is you can edit as much as you want or as little as you want, completely up to you. Let's say you're good with the flyer. You can actually just print it, call it a day, right? But if you wanted to edit the text again, change the font, you can go ahead and do that. Let's say down the line, you're like, you know what? I wanted to replace an image. I really don't like the one from the MLS. I took a better one. You can click the image and then go over here to either your uploads, which is probably where it would be, upload your own photo, and then kind of go from there. So let's say you're like, okay, I'm ready to go. There's actually a second side, right? So if you're good with these products, which happen to be Orion products, you can print it with that. But if you're like, you know what, I think they want to see these instead based upon the property type, you can click right here. It opens up a pop-up, click Loan Program Brokers, and then select the other program. All of Orion's products are in here and they're always up to date. So now you're ready, right? So you can either print this at home, so you can download it, print it on your printer. Don't suggest that. I mean, it's not the best quality, but if you use our print shop, you select print, it's going to open up print shop. So we'll ignore, that's fine, ignore. All right, and it's going to upload it. And the great thing about this is that it defaults to the best type of printing for this specific piece of content, the quantity, paper type, cardstock, etc. Right? So there's not a lot of options that you got to select to call it a day. And then you can add it to your cart and you can either have that delivered to yourself, or if you wanted to, you can have that delivered to Joe, right? That realtor, and he's ready to go for his open house. So that's one of the really huge features that I love to show off in the system. And again, I only have limited time. Like Tracy, I can go on for days because there's a lot in here. But the second thing I feel like is important for you to see and what time is left is the social media pieces. If you aren't doing social media, you're not committing to social media, 100% something that it's something you should be doing. And I'll tell you why in a second. So let's just go to Loan Program Social Media. And as you can see, when you're going through the system, if there are new templates available, you'll have the little blue icon. Again, we had some updates, as Curtis mentioned. But I want to show you this one. So I'm going to click Create Design, and it's going to load it. And what you're going to see in a second is those primary and secondary colors have auto-populated. So from yellow and gray to blue and gray, those were the colors I had picked. And when it comes to social media, instead of just using static graphics like this all of the time, video really performs better. And within the Star Marketing Studio, there's actually a video editor. If you guys didn't know that, there is a video editor. So how it works is if you click the image right here, it's going to have the pop-up again. And there's actually 1 million copyright-free videos and images available in our system. But for the sake of this piece, I'm going to use videos. And let's say I wanted to replace this image with money again, right? So money. Keep the theme, and let's find one. Maybe this one. And it's going to replace it. So give it a second. And now you'll see at the bottom, there's a play button that opens up because that's telling you it's a video. You click play, and then now you got some money in the background, and it gives it a little bit of something when people are scrolling to make them stop on your post. Again, if you're like, hey, I don't like no money down, I want to change it, you can change it here. And then if you're like, hey, like, I really want to just change this over into Spanish, it's going to translate it. And then you can just modify it, right? And whatever you need to do, right? But let's say you're like, you know what? I'm ready to go. This is what I want to post. Because again, video posts generate over 1,000. So it's about 1,200% more engagement than static, right? So it's important that you know that. So you can either download it, and when it's downloaded, it will let you know when it's ready to go, because anytime you do this and you add a video, it gets heavier, right? So it will let you know when it's ready, and you can go and manually post that. But keep your thought there, because I have something to share with you guys. Let me just jump back into that presentation. And again, there's a lot of support here at Orion for the system. So for brokers that are approved with Orion and you aren't using the Star Marketing Studio, reach out to us. We can show you some tricks of the trade and get you acclimated in using the system. For those of you that aren't with Orion, some of the other things that we're getting ready to launch include automated marketing packages. So what that means is, let's say again, open house. We have a lot of different pieces of the content. You know, let's say there's 25. We're going to be creating automated marketing packages. You click one time that open house marketing package, and it's going to auto populate your branding, your information, your logos, your photos, your co-brand partner on every single thing within minutes. So that's a huge time saver. The second thing is, and this is what I was kind of alluding to, is we are adding in a social publishing and scheduling feature into Star Marketing Studio. So that social post that I showed you, you don't have to download it when we release this. You can just schedule it directly from the system and see your whole social calendar. That's a huge win, makes your lives so much easier and keeps you really in the system and being able to leverage every single thing. The last thing that we're getting ready to launch, and again, these things are coming by the end of Q1, okay, is target direct mail mapping. So what that means is, for those of you that are sending out postcards, I know some people do, some people don't, but you can actually target based upon zip code, street address, location to a certain pin, and you can filter out by, you know, like bedroom count, price of the home, square footage. And so this is a good opportunity if you're really trying to target people, maybe for like refinances, or if there is an open house and maybe they're looking to upgrade, right? You can quickly identify those people, create a mailing list within 5 minutes, and then the system will actually mail those out for you. And that is what I have. So I'm going to proceed to the next slide. Again, it was quick, but.
That's great. Star Marketing Studio is so amazing. Every time I see it, I'm just like, wow, there's so much there. All right, next up, we have lead gen. So lead gen is a service we provide to our brokers. We service a lot of our loans, but we also run reports on a monthly basis that brings in estimated values for all the loans we funded that are outside of any sort of EPO period. And we will send those leads to you through your account executive of potential opportunities to refi the borrower. If you bring the loan back to us, we waive the underwriting fee. So it's a great opportunity to connect with your past borrowers, and we try to stay in front of you to help you grow your business that way as well. It's not refi season yet, but we're all hopeful. So putting money back in your pocket with Orion. So some of the things we offer, continuing education renewal. For those that don't know, you can start that now for next year. I have already started mine. But we offer discounted courses that you can find on our website. For that, of course, the lead gen, which is a huge money saver, and then the Star Marketing Studio with all of the things that Kelsey showed you. If you paid for those on your own, there's a pretty substantial cost associated with it, not to mention setting it all up, in which we've done it all. And again, Star Marketing is available for all brokers that are approved with us at no cost. So it's a great feature. And then last is Truve. Truve is our VOE/VOI feature that we reach out to the borrowers through our process to do verifications of employment, if we need a written VOE, whatever it may be. We handle that for you. So you don't have to pay for work number or anything like that. So an additional cost savings to you guys. So one more, a couple follow-up things before we get into additional questions. We've got a couple minutes left. One of the things that that we didn't mention on the LPC, we allow LPC by purpose. So you can have a different LPC for purchase than refi. We also allow LPC by state. So if you have multiple branches and you want different LPC by state, we can accommodate all of that within the portal. And the admin for the site has the ability to set all of those themselves. So I put it in the webinar chat. If you'd like a copy of the PowerPoint, you can email info@orionlending.com, and our team will send you a copy of the deck. And we don't have any questions. Kelsey, let's go to the next slide for the QR code. So for those 50% of the people on this call that are not approved with Orion, just put your phone up there, take a picture of it, scan it, and it will take you to our co-branded page with ARIVE, and you can get set up to submit loans as soon as this afternoon. So look forward to working with all of you. If you've got questions for any of the panelists, you can also email info@orionlending.com. I live in that email, and I'll get back to you very quickly. Harish, thanks for having us, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Orion team, Curtis, all of you. This was one of the most awesome sessions I've attended. You guys truly look like a lender from a different planet. Your technology is awesome. Congratulations for building that, and you do add this cosmic touch to mortgage lending. So having star passes and star portal and strike price. This was just so awesome. We have a few minutes, Curtis. There were some questions you answered. I think it will benefit everybody on the guidelines, like you said. If you want to cover them, if that makes sense.
Sure. One of them was requirements for first-time homebuyer on the DSCR. It's max 70%. So I confused that. First-time investor, there are no restrictions on LTV. So first-time home buyer, it's max 70, 720 minimum FICO, 1 DSCR, max loan amount of 750. So you have a borrower that doesn't own a house, hasn't owned a house in, I think it's 7 years if memory serves. They would be a first-time home buyer, and they can still qualify to buy an investment property. There's a question on one-day title seasoning for rate term. That's specifically on the Titan Flex program. And let's see what else we've got here.
So you guys talked about scenario desk. I think there was a question of income calculation for bank statement. Maybe you can talk about.
Yeah, you can send those into scenarios@orionlending.com, and our team will run those through our automation and send you back a sheet that can be used when you submit the loan. That way the team can pull it up. So it's a quick and easy process. Nobody likes staring at bank statements and calculating all that. That's just tedious.
That's not true, Curtis. Our underwriters love doing it. Our broker partners.
Yeah, we'll take a poll of them later. Next is, can I use DSCR commercial properties or only residential? So we have a product, CoinX, that allows for mixed use, also foreign national. The primary one that I covered, which is Coin, is residential. We just treat it as business purpose for compliance reasons.
All right, so we are almost at the top of the hour. So for half of our audience who are approved, please do take advantage of Orion. Use them on any of your deals to experience this cosmic touch. For the remainder half, they will appear in the marketplace lenders. So if you're not approved with Orion, you can still look at what programs, products, rates they have to offer for your specific scenario. And there'll be a sign-up link right in the workflow. So if you're looking for a specific structuring of deal for your clients and you're not approved with Orion, you will find them in our marketplace options. So you will get access to them even if you're approved with them or not. But with that, I want to thank all of you. This presentation will be on ARIVE's YouTube channel within a few days. And if you want this directly from Orion, you're welcome to send an email to info@orionlending.com. That's kind of the email address being shown on this slide. But this was a great start to the new year. Thank you again, Orion team, and I wish everybody all the very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thanks, Rish.
so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.